It's a beautiful Sunday here in southern Alberta, and I don't have too much to do today. With all the COVID restrictions in place, there's not really too much going on, and we're not allowed to see our family and friends, so I figured what a great day to head up to Drumheller to check out the Badlands and go for a walk in the Badlands. I'll take you along with me to see what's up out in Drumheller. Oh yeah. So you'll notice that most of my videos are probably going to go west of Calgary, just because we have the mountains west of Calgary and they make for some pretty backdrops. Calgary is kind of in a transition zone. If you go west of Calgary, you're in the mountains, or if you go east of Calgary, you're on the prairies. And as you can see out here, it is very flat and bare. Not many trees or hills out here. If it was any flatter, we would be in Saskatchewan, eh? Actually, this is the road to Saskatchewan. It's only another 5 hours down this highway, and we would be in Saskatchewan. The Badlands is quite an interesting area of the province. It's almost like a little oasis in a flat, bare, and dry area. And anyways, you'll see when we get there, it's quite a nice little river valley. There's quite a bit of biodiversity there with plants and fauna. As we head in this direction, the area becomes quite sparsely populated. We have huge amounts of land here where not too many people live on, and a lot of it is used to grow crops. Also, a lot of the crops that we grow in this area are used to feed animals. Crops like hay and alfalfa are specifically meant for animals. They're not even meant for human consumption. And soybeans are only meant for some human consumption. We're here in the town of Drumheller, which is in the Canadian Badlands, and yeah, we're gonna go take a look around today, do some hikes, and take a look at this very unique part of the world. It contains the Canadian Badlands, and you'll see that they found some dinosaur bones here, so there's a dinosaur museum here as well. The bottom of the Red Deer River Valley, by the river, you can see that the river kind of flows through here. The river slows down quite a bit to get through here. It's quite slow and deep. It's actually a quite nice little river valley. Since this water is slower and warmer than the Bow River, which is the river that runs through Calgary, you're gonna find a completely different ecosystem of fish in here. He rocks in the treetops all the day long, rocking and a bopping and a singing his song. All the little birdies go tweet, tweet, tweet. Da, 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 da. Just walking around in the streets of Drumheller right now, and it's quite a charming small town. It's quite an oasis down here in the middle of the flat, boring prairie. Normally this town would be bustling with tourists. Well, maybe not quite yet because it's just the beginning of April, but it's definitely quite dead for a little tourist town. Every Alberta town of any size is going to have a Royal Canadian Legion. I'm just out here at Rattlesnake Ridge here in the Canadian Badlands. As you can see, this is quite a different ecosystem than the rest of Alberta. It's quite a dry area, and these are the areas that the rivers have kind of worn down into these badlands, these coulees. You can see that it's quite the Badlands, the name, comes from bad land, thinking you wouldn't be able to harvest anything from here. But you'll find rattlesnakes in this area, which are endangered in Alberta. I'm not sure if I'm going to run into any around here. Rattlesnakes, they tend to be quite timid of humans. Obviously, probably for good reason, because humans would probably kill them, enslave them, just like they do every other animal. But I'm going to go for a hike out here, and hopefully I don't run into any rattlesnakes. But if I do, it's not that big of a deal, because usually a rattlesnake will give you a warning before you enter their area. They'll rattle at you. So hopefully I don't run into them. They don't really have a habitat out here anymore. So much land is used for farming. So the rattlesnakes make these valleys their home, because it's the only kind of refuge they're going to get from the rest of the human world. It is so dry out here that there is some species of this cacti. Even these cacti don't look like they're doing so well. You know, it's hard to believe that 74 million years ago, Alberta would have been a very different place. There would have been a tropical rainforest here. There would have been huge, giant trees. And dinosaurs would have roamed this land. Just goes to show you that the earth is very old. The earth is probably going to outlive us all. But I think that humans are accelerating our own doom because of the choices that we make. Now, I haven't seen much in the terms of wildlife yet. I keep thinking that since I mentioned rattlesnakes, I'm just going to have a rattlesnake pop out from one of these rocks and be like, "Rah!" But of course it hasn't happened yet. Like I said, rattlesnakes should give you a little bit of a warning before they strike at you, and they really don't want nothing to do with you. They just want you to stay away from them. It's definitely been an interesting hike so far. The rock formations and the fauna here are just like nowhere else you'd see. In most places in Alberta anyways. Maybe you would see something like this more in Utah or in Arizona. But this is definitely unique. So I'm glad we came today. Well guys, I'm coming to the end of my hike here in the Canadian Badlands. Getting pretty tired. Had a long day, so I'm just gonna wrap her up here. Like always, if you like the work I'm doing, like, subscribe, share, and most importantly, donate to the Lucky Ones Animal Sanctuary. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna head her on back into town, grab a little snack for the road, and head back to Calgary. If you ever wondered why they call Alberta Wild Rose Country, it's because of these little babies. Wild roses growing everywhere.